5, 6, 7, and... She went down last October in a pouring driving rain. The skipper, he'd been drinking and the mate, he felt no pain. Too close to 3 Mile Rock and she was dealt her mortal blow. And the Mary Ellen Carter settled low. There was just us 5 aboard her when she finally was awash. We'd worked like hell to save her, all heedless of the cost. And the groan she gave as she went down, it caused us to proclaim that the Mary Ellen Carter would rise again. Well, the owners wrote her off, not a nickel would they spend. She gave 20 years of service, boys, and met her sorry end. But insurance paid the loss to us, so let her rest below. Then they laughed at us and said we had to go. But we talked of her all winter, some days around the clock. She's worth $250,000 afloat and at the dock. And with every jar that hit the bar, we swore we would remain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. That her name not belongs to the knowledge of men. Oh, those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. All spring now we've been with her on a barge lent by a friend. 3 dimes a day in hard hat suit and twice I've had the bends. Thank God it's only 60 feet and the currents here are slow, or I'd never have the strength to go below. But we patched the rents, stopped the vents, dogged hatch and porthole down, put cables to her fore and aft and girded her around. Tomorrow noon we hit the air and then take up the strain and make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. That her name not belongs to the knowledge of men. Oh, those who loved her best and were with her till the end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. For we couldn't leave her there, you see, to crumble into dust scale. Oh, she'd saved our lives so many times, living through the gale. And the laughing drunken rats who left her to a sorry grave, they won't be laughing in another day. And you to whom adversity has dealt the final blow, with smiling bastards lying to ya everywhere you go, turn to and put out all your strength of arm and heart and brain, and like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broken or life about to end, no matter what you lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. Rise again, rise again. Though your heart it be broken or life about to end, no matter what you lost, be it a home, a love, a friend, like the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. That was the Mary Ellen Carter by Stan Rogers. And I played it straight from the charts of the Morristown Uke Jam. So take the link in the video description, download the free ukulele song sheet, grab your own ukulele, and you can play right along with this video. And if you'll be anywhere near Morristown, New Jersey, come out and play with us. In just a moment, I'll do a basic tutorial covering everything I just played. At the very end, I'll do a slow-motion close-up play-along that you might find helpful. But right now, if you like the video, please like the video with a thumbs up. If you want lots more, subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you want over 1,000 more free downloadable ukulele song sheets, each one with a link to its own free video tutorial and play-along, just like this one, then check out our Dropbox and then come play with us. Okay, before I start the tutorial, let me just tell you, I read about this song, and while the story it tells isn't specifically true, that is to say, there is, as far as everybody knows, there was not a real Mary Ellen Carter, but it was based on lots of true stories where a ship went down, the owners got the insurance payoff, and then the sailors went back and said, there's a perfectly good ship down there that we love, and they put in the hard work and brought it up, and it was their treasure to be found because the owners had abandoned it. So it's based on several true stories, in fact, and an even more exciting story you can read about in the song sheet. 4 years after this song came out, a ship was wrecked in the worst storm in like 40 years off the coast of Massachusetts. A sailor went in. He was only one of 34, I think, that survived that shipwreck, and he credits this song with saving his life. For real. And it made the news, and Stan Rogers found out about it, and the two of them met before Stan Rogers himself died. So I thought that was a particularly wonderful song. He deliberately wrote it to be an uplifting song. I don't think he realized it would save anybody's life, but this sailor claims if it weren't for that song, he was ready to give up to hypothermia and drown. And Stan Rogers' song saved his life. So how cool is that? Okay, as far as tutorial, right hand is pretty darn simple. I did a backbeat strum. I'm just going to form a G. So down, 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 up, down, up, down, 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 up, down, up. But the emphasis is on the second, fourth downs. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1. Just like that. That's it for the right hand. That's all there is. There aren't that many chords. The bright red chords that I show, if you're a beginner or you just don't want to work that hard, they are segue chords. You can ignore them if you want. Generally speaking, they come pretty fast, and if you leave them out, probably nobody will notice, especially if you're playing with another person or two that are playing the extra chords. They'll harmonize nicely with yours, and you can do that. You could skip the bright red chords if you want to. That's always an option. Also, I have two different versions of a couple chords. I've got an A minor, like there. A normal A minor is just like this, right? Sometimes I'm doing that. It's like a second position A minor. Second position as in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, you hear the same chord just going higher and higher up the neck. It seemed more faithful to the original for me to do it that way. So I did a second position. That I also have a second position, D and G. Those are little superscripted numbers after the chord, A minor with a little 2. You can always ignore those and just play the basic chord if you would prefer. If you want more panache, then play the alternate version up the neck, but your choice. Okay, let's go now to the chord transitions. How does this go? Starting with the intro, got a C. Normally I use my, my hand kind of falls like this on the fretboard, and I normally start out with a ring finger on the C unless I have a reason to do otherwise. Oh, excuse me, it's a G. Sorry, wrong chord. Started out with a G, okay, and then a C, and yeah, I end up with my ring finger on the C because I didn't even pick up my finger, right? I didn't even pick it up, I just kind of rolled it back so that it was covering the first string from the floor instead of the second. So a G to a C, and then I slide it diagonally over to a D. There's nothing really in common in those other than I still don't pick up my ring finger. I kind of slide it diagonally over for that D. And then, because I'm going to go from a D to a C and back, I'll form that C with my pinky because it's kind of hovering right there. Let me get a little closer. There we go. It's kind of hovering right there, so I just drop my pinky on that C and drop the rest of the D chord back down. And now my ring finger is in the right place for the G, almost. It just stays on that string, slides up one fret to the next G. And And again, you can roll it out. You can roll it out, or you can drop a pinky, your choice. D, and then a quickly C, D, and now slide that ring finger up again for the G. I'm going to do the G major 7th like this. My index finger is already almost in the right place. I'm just going to lay it flat to cover 3 strings, right? And then pick it up and drop one more piece of a G to the G6. Drop the 3rd one back to a G. And that takes us into the verses. Here we go now. We went down last October in a pouring driving rain. Again, I'm just kind of roll it out there. The skipper, that's where I'm gonna kind of spread these fingers that are already down. I'm just gonna move them out to the outside strings instead of the inside ones. The skipper, he'd been drinking, and the mate. Just pick up a finger and you got that C. He felt no pain. Too close, again, slide that up. This is the same chord pattern as we saw before. Too close to 3 Mile, G to G major 7. Rock, and she was G6, dealt the mortal blow. And the Mary Ellen Carter's a little low. And here's one where, right? It's just a D, and then you can throw in a 2nd position D afterward for panache if you want. And the second half of the verse is pretty much the same chord transitions. 2nd verse is the same. Chorus. Chorus is markedly different. Here we go. Rise again. So I've got a G. I'm stuck on a G at the end. I'm not stuck, but I'm landing on a G at the end of the verse. And now I'm going to slide that ring finger back down to the D. Rise again. And that's what that does. D suspended 2nd. I'm just going to raise 1 finger and drop it back down. Rise again. And now it's the same, right? The same pattern we saw before. G major 7, G6, and G. That her name not be lost to the knowledge of men. Again, I'm doing a 2nd position D. You can do a normal D if you want. Again, this G pattern. Oh, those who loved her best and were... Now, this is different. Third till the end. So first off, we stop the strum, right? We just hang. But the way I'm doing it, I'm forming a 2nd position C. It's like a B flat up on the 3rd fret, right? And from there, just drop a pinky and you got an A minor. So with her till, back down to a G. The end will make the Mary Ellen Carter rise again. That's it. That's the whole song. Okay, now I'm going to do a slow motion close-up play along. So play along if you think it'll be helpful. From the intro through the chorus, but I'm going to skip the 2nd verse. So it's just intro, verse 1, chorus, because after that, all parts of the song are just repeated. That is to say, musically they're repeated, not the verses, not the lyrics, but so. Actually, you don't have to see my right hand for this. Left hand, here we go. From the intro, in slow motion, 5, 6, 7, and... that's it. See you Wednesday. Bye.